Bitcoin is back in the spotlight, and this time the whales are moving faster than ever. New Bitcoin holders are quietly accumulating, and traders on Polymarket are starting to lean bullish. I'll show you some charts shortly and explain to you what is happening in the markets right now. And the odds of Bitcoin going to 100K in January just jumped to 38%, while the chances of Bitcoin going down to 80K are dropping really fast. So let's start with Polymarket. For those that are unfamiliar, prediction markets like Polymarket allow traders to bet real capital on the outcome of events, and in this case we are talking about Bitcoin's price. So unlike social media hype or news narratives, prediction markets reflect where people are willing to put actual real money, and right now the balance is clearly tilting higher. Traders are betting on Bitcoin hitting 95K as the most likely scenario in January, while 100K is becoming increasingly realistic, and 80K outcomes are getting priced out very fast. So this shift is significant. It tells us that smart money is positioning for a continued bull run and for a continued bullish momentum, which we've been talking about for a long time. If you've been watching me, I've been telling you that 2026 will be very bullish for crypto because of the macro environment and the liquidity that is coming our way in 2026, and liquidity is what drives riskier markets like crypto. At the same time, I'll show you this other chart which shows the on-chain data about new whales accumulating Bitcoin faster than ever. Large Bitcoin addresses holding 1,000 to 10,000 Bitcoin have been increasing their balances over the past month, and historically, such accumulation patterns happen before major bullish moves, especially when the market seems uncertain or consolidating. And we've seen this consolidation now for couple of months, Bitcoin ranging between 90 and 80K. We've been in that range for way too long, and whales know that. They know that the next move will be very bullish. So they've been accumulating. As we know, whales, they don't act randomly. They're positioning ahead of price action, and this actually can create momentum that drives retail and institutional investors to follow, but mainly retail, because institutions similar to whales, they have been positioning early enough. So that's on Bitcoin. If we zoom out and we look at the total market cap, we see that we recently broke out of this descending triangle pattern with significant trading volume. And volume is a very important metrics, because if you manage to break out but there is no volume, there is no momentum, we are likely to go back down. But this time we are breaking out with very big, huge volume. And this is bullish because this descending triangle breakout with volume signals that there is strong buyers' interest into the market right now. Currently, we've got the 50-day moving average, the 50 MA, which is acting as resistance. So if the markets can break above this level, this could confirm the further upward momentum for Bitcoin, and the altcoins will follow that. And we already see while Bitcoin is it is moving up, it is holding pretty strong now above the 90K level, but we see altcoins actually performing really well. We have projects, we're going to look into crypto bubbles shortly, but we have projects in the top 100 in terms of market cap are up by 50%. MYX today, I was looking at it, it's up 50%, which is amazing. And this is exactly the setup that we want to see for a sustained rally, for altcoins to start moving up and bring profits, because I know a lot of you have been waiting for an altcoin season, for altcoins to start outperforming Bitcoin so you can take profits. And I know a lot of people were calling bear market in the past couple of months, but I kept telling you that the traditional 4-year cycle that you're familiar with is no longer there. Everything has shifted. What drives crypto is liquidity, and the liquidity cycle is now extended, and crypto will follow this pattern. So what we see right now is accumulation by whales, a strong market structure, and key resistance levels that are under pressure and likely will become support over the next couple of weeks. And let's have a look together on crypto bubbles, what is trending and how the market is doing. We see Bitcoin holding, as I said, strong at the 90K level, just above 91 at the moment as we speak. And we can see that Polymarket is actually predicting that by end of January, we can even see Bitcoin hitting 100K, which is very possible. And I think we are going to see that happening. If, of course, sometimes the political tension right now between US and Venezuela can turn into something bigger, and this can have two outcomes. First, we'll see the market being volatile and crashing, but then in the longer term becomes a serious war conflict. We can see gold, silver, and Bitcoin being really bullish and seen as store of value during this uncertainty. But initially, we're probably going to see a big drop, crash in crypto, which will then turn into a bullish environment. So what we see here, we see Render up 20%. We see Caspa is up 10%, one of the biggest bubbles on the daily charts, which is great. Solid project on one of my biggest backs, and it's by far the best technology from all crypto projects that we have, the layer ones. MYX up almost 40%. We see some of the meme coins doing pretty well, like Pepe, Pengu, Bonk, Flocky. This is signaling sort of a meme rally that could be triggered with those being up. I couldn't see Dogecoin. I don't have any of these memes. I have Dogecoin. I used to have Bonk in the past, but I sold it for a couple of X's, and I keep my Dogecoin for long term. It is not something that I'm trading, it's a long term investment of mine. It is up nearly 10% over the past 24 hours, which is good to see that. If you want to see what I'm holding, what I'm buying, what I'm selling, feel free to join Discord. I post regular alerts whenever I make a move in my portfolio. You can see what I'm doing, when I'm buying, when I'm selling, what projects I'm holding, what is the allocation in my portfolio. If you think about it, we are seeing huge accumulation right now. If you look at on the 7-day, which projects from the top 100 have made massive gains, you have MYX, you have Pepe, Bonk, Flocky, all the meme coins that we talked about, Render, Story, Pengu. You also have Dodge in this category, Virtuals, Aerodrome. By the way, Virtuals and Aerodrome are great projects. And we've got also Sui. Sui is one of the top performers. And I'm sure that for 2026, Sui would be one of the altcoins to outperform all the other layer ones. Sui is so underpriced at this stage. If you look last year, at that time, we had Sui sitting at $5 nearly. And I'm sure that in 2026, it will surpass this previous level. So definitely 5 to 10x on Sui is very possible in 2026. Even if you had $1,000 to invest into Sui at this price, I can guarantee you that by the end of 2026 you would have at least $6,000 in your portfolio if you purely invested in Sui on this price. It's very cheap with a lot of potential. One of my biggest bags. So that's for me today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.